Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to play Freight Train. This is a classic folk tune written by Elizabeth Cottens around the beginning of 20th century. Now this arrangement is often referred to as the great place to start your fingerstyle journey. Now it may be true if you have some guitar experience prior to that, but if you're a complete newbie and, for example, got your guitar like 2 days ago, it may be smart to investigate some basic finger picking patterns, something about thumb independence and basic chord shapes first. It should give you a nice head start so that you don't have to learn everything during the process of learning this song. So have a listen and have fun. As you could hear, I played the theme twice. First time I tried to keep it really simple, and the second time I added some tweaks that can improve the performance a little. Now the learning section is divided into 3 parts. The first 2 parts are just the basic arrangement cut by half, and in the third part there are those little tweaks and improvements that you can choose from to make your performance more interesting. Now, because it's a beginner's tune, I also chose to show you the methodology which I propose you use to make the learning process faster. So if you choose to use it, first you are going to learn the chord shapes, then you are going to play the boomchick on those chord shapes, and finally you will find the melody inside those chord shapes. And as the last step, you will bind it all together. Let me walk you through the first half of the song now. The chords are C, G7 in 3rd position, D minor 7 in 5th position, G13 in the 2nd position, and again C. So in tempo it would sound like you have to practice switching between those chords in this order. Next step would be to learn to play boomchick over those shapes. It should sound like this. Now notice that in C chord you have to switch between C and G with your 3rd finger. So also in G13 you play only 6th and 4th string. So when you have the boomchick done, you can add other sounds in the chord played by your fingers. When you have all that done, you can concentrate on the melody. You have to find how to play the melody within those chord shapes. So it should sound like this. When you'll figure out the melody, you can get it all together and play your song. I mean, first half of the song. So very slowly. From C, we go into E7. You will have to learn to lay your first finger flat in order to cover the third and first string with it. Then comes A minor, A minor 7 with G in the bass, F6, B7 with F sharp in the bass, C with G in the bass, G13, C, G11, C. So in tempo, it not always sounds good because I'm not able to cover all the sounds that doesn't fit the chord, but it's alright. So now you have to connect those shapes with boomchick. You'll notice that in this part there is a lot of boomchick on just two strings, like. So when you have it, try to connect boomchick with chords played by your fingers. Next you'll have to find the melody. It starts with D on second string and goes into this F covered by your finger, first finger laid flat. So the third sound is the empty first string. So you have to lie it and then move it up pretty quick. So now let's try to connect it. And this is the second half. I will now show you a couple of things that I used when I played the song the second time round. They are just small variations in melody or in accompaniment, but they can make it much more interesting. So first thing was, instead of playing, I played so. The next thing was playing hammer-on here. The other thing was here. It was anticipating the melody, the bass with the melody. So instead it was. Now the next thing was in the bass. Instead of it went. To play it, you want to sustain the melody, so you have to keep those fingers in place and just with the second one go. So and again. As far as I remember, I went. So there was also a little hit, so instead of so the other thing was this little hammer-on here, so instead it was you can vibrate this sound. So and the next thing was a slide from 4th to 3rd fret with pinky. Last thing was this run. It's actually in triplets, so if you hit your foot, tap your foot, each string starts with another tap. So it's third first empty, open, third second open, third second open, third. So I hope you can use some of those ideas to improve this song. Good luck. So this is it. I hope you will have a lot of fun working on this tune. Remember that if you're a beginner, it won't take 2 or 3 days to learn it. It may be weeks or even months before you can play it well. There may be times when you feel you are making no progress at all, but remember that even then your hands and your brain are working very hard to get you skills you need. So have faith in yourself, keep positive attitude and practice wisely. Results will come.